What is up, Nerf Nation? I'm Naptown Nerf, and this is an overview of my newest mod, the Galactic Strife. Alright, you guys, so this is a blaster I actually built for a wedding anniversary gift for my wife, Jill, and it turned out awesome. Unfortunately, I did not have time to do a build video, but I figured it wasn't really necessary as I've built plenty of strifes on this channel, and I think you guys have seen that process quite a few times, and this one doesn't really, do anything too differently than I haven't done before to a strife. But that being said, it turned out awesome. So here in a second, we're going to go outside and take a really good close-up look at this thing. But first, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on with YouTube and my channel and how that may affect things. So I'm not going to bore you too much and get into a lot of detail and ramble on, but YouTube is making some changes. You may have heard of it, to comply with COPPA, and the FTC seems to be very serious about making them do that. So I'm not really sure how that's going to affect my channel. I've never made my content for children, but that being said, obviously we're talking about Nerf blasters, so kids are going to probably want to watch this content, although I don't think that the majority of my viewers are children. But nevertheless, who knows what that person sitting behind a desk at the FTC will think. So if you do follow me on this channel, I highly, highly recommend you follow me on my Facebook page, my Instagram, and all the other platforms I have below. If you want to support me on Patreon, that'd be awesome. But you can just follow me there also, and I will try to keep you as up to date as possible on what happens going forward. And you may have noticed I haven't uploaded nearly as many videos as I used to on a weekly basis. Maybe once a week. I haven't uploaded in a while just because I've been extremely frustrated with YouTube even before this COPPA thing came out. But yeah, this platform is kind of sucking right now, although it still seems to be at the moment the best way for me to make visual content, for you guys, and for people to actually find my videos. But if that changes, definitely follow me on those platforms below, because I will probably have to find a different platform to do so. So let's go ahead, take this baby outside, and see what she's all about. All right, you guys, today we're going to take a look at my newest mod. This is the Galactic Strife, a blaster I did for my wife Jill for our first anniversary, and I think it probably turned out better than any blaster I've ever done. The hydro dip and paint job and all the things I did to this just came out perfectly, and even the things that were a little bit messed up I was able to touch up, and you can hardly even notice it. So very, very happy with this thing, and it just truly sparkles. But it is basically what I've done to my high-level strifes. It has the works. It has obviously a complete rewire with new micro switches, 16 gauge silicon wire. We have Fang revamp motors inside of here. These are actually the End War edition inside of a OFP Serenity cage. The silver version, you can get that from Foam Blast or out of Darts, I believe still. It's a 42.5 millimeter cage, so you're going to get pretty good performance. We will test that in a minute. Obviously, the thing has some pretty sweet resin parts here. These are from Biggs, these cast parts, and then even the motor cover is a resin cast part that is Alice Coat Duct's design, but cast by Biggs. So really cool. I've had these parts for a while in anticipation to do this project, and I finally got around to it. So really, really cool. We have a 3D printed door. This is from Adrian Kelly. It's one of my favorite designs. This one's a little smaller than some of the ones I use, but a very, very big tray in there, plenty of room for a 2S LiPo to run these motors. We do have Cyclone wheels in the cage here, so if you're wondering about that. And then we've added a few touches here. Obviously, this is some Picatinny rail, and these were clear, and I painted them with a transparent paint, a Tamiya color pink. And these are obviously a little bit darker pink than this. I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out, and to get it an even coat, It did turn out a little darker, but I still think it looks really good, you know, and it does complement the Galaxy Hydro Dip very, very well. And yes, obviously I did a Galaxy Hydro Dip, and the black parts are actually just Duplicolor vinyl dye. And then I went over the whole thing with a Glitter Effects paint that just makes this thing sparkle. And I actually had done this previously on my CETA modification that you've probably seen in the back of some of my videos, and was really happy with that. I didn't do that actually over the Hydro Dip part. I just did it on the black parts, and if you can tell, hopefully that's showing up well on camera, it just sparkles and just looks really, really cool. So I went over the whole thing this time, and I really like how it looks over the Hydro Dip, especially this Galaxy Hydro Dip here. So that just turned out really, really well. We do have a voltmeter up here, which is like my favorite place to put it, and I went with a white one, which you will not be able to see in the sunlight. I can barely see it myself here, but when you put the pink over it, it actually makes it pink inside there. So that looks really, really good. We do have LEDs inside of here also, which I will show you inside when we can actually see them. And then if you're wondering what this part is, I got this from Nick Marvin, man, forever ago, probably, I think it was the first End War. He was selling these. I bought a couple. Actually, I bought one and Jill bought one, so I decided to throw that into the build. And I think it looks pretty cool, but obviously that just slides on. There's just a sleeve of PET G there that just slides perfectly over that muzzle. So let's go ahead and put some shots over the chronograph and see what kind of performance we're getting. All right, so hopefully we have enough sunlight to get a good reading here. The days that it's actually been sunny are few and far between. It's been very rainy, and that's why it's taken me so long to actually do an overview on this blaster. But we have a decent day here today, and we'll hopefully get some good chronograph readings. Here we go. 131, 110, 130, 130, 126, 138, 147, 124, 137, 125, 136, 132, 133, 138. So, you know, 130s, you know, some in the 120s, the 110 there was a little odd, but, you know, these aren't actually brand new darts. So I would say, you know, 130 range, which is pretty standard for this setup. Very good performance and great for our wars that is, you know, 150 cap. So I think this will do Jill very, very nicely in our wars and be a great upgrade over Apple Bonker, which is one of the first mods, one of the first Stryfe mods I ever did, and that thing has run amazing for her, although the paint job has seen better days. So this is definitely a much, much nicer paint scheme and just much nicer blaster overall, even internally much nicer, and this one has LEDs. So let's go inside and take a look at those LEDs because they're pretty darn sweet, I must say. All right, here she is. Boom. Hopefully she looks as good to you guys through the camera as she does to me in person. But yeah, those are some pretty sweet parts when they're lit up, I must say. I did use UV LEDs in here, so that's why they kind of have like a blue purpley look because they are kind of like a purple LED, but they actually make these specific parts glow because they glow under like a black light or UV light. So have a really nice effect and complement the Galaxy Hydro Dip in a low light setting, obviously, as you really can't see the Hydro Dip right now, but they do complement that very nicely. So very happy with how this turned out. I'm gonna definitely throw up some still shots, some close-ups so you guys can get a really good look at it. Hopefully you enjoyed the mod overview. Let me know how you feel about it. If you're sad that I didn't do a build video, let me know that. Greatly appreciate you guys so, so much. YouTube is definitely getting a little rough these days. We will see how that goes if you are following with that. But yeah, definitely leave me a like on this video. It really, really helps out the channel, you guys. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Ring the bell for sure for notifications because you really won't be notified of my videos usually without doing so. And as always, guys, Peace out.